Hi, and welcome to Leslie's exciting Friday news. I've been calling it Thursday all day, but I kind of figured it out. Hi, baby. She's falling asleep right now. Sorry. Anyways, so today we have Scarlett again. We have Nellie from the Bark Park Lovers. And we have Lucas. Woo-hoo. Anyways, we're in our new place in Indiana. And I am just doing a little quick snippet on why you should refer to members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints as that and not as Mormons. So one reason is because there was an announcement and they asked. They asked, don't call us that anymore. That's not our name. That's not our nickname. That's a term that's been used since the beginning by other people, and then we just adopted it, but it's not our name. We're Christian. We're not going to take Christ out of our name, even though people don't think that we're Christian. We believe in Jesus Christ, the Jesus Christ, Son of God, Son of Mary, Immaculate Conception, died for our sins on the cross, was resurrected after 3 days, Jesus Christ from the Bible. Yeah, we believe in Jesus Christ. I'm a member. And so it's really, really important that you and that we keep his name in it. It's part of us also paying respect to him, how we feel we are, and remembering that this is Christ's church. This isn't a church for men, like man, it's about Jesus Christ, and that's where our focus is. So number one reason, and I guess number one reason it was asked, so just be polite. It's really nice if you just when someone's like, don't call me that, call me this, you say, okay, you just do it. I know it's a big word. You can even say the Church of Jesus Christ. That's the new website. They changed it from LDS.org to churchofjesuschrist.org. Of Latter-day Saints is just the time and the people, So, and that is the proper name, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or La Iglesia de Jesucristo de los Santos de los Últimos Días, whichever is easy for you. But please don't call us Mormons. It's just nice. The other thing is Mormon comes from, so the name Mormon comes from the Book of Mormon. Mormon, it's called the Book of Mormon because a historian named Mormon from the ancient Americas, he compiled the book. So he took it from the beginning of when his people started writing it all the way to when he died. And then his son Moroni just put the last little finishing touches on it. It's actually a really good read. Even if you don't believe it, it's actually really good. I enjoy it. There are some slower parts. If you've read the Bible, one of the prophets in the Book of Mormon, he quotes a lot of Isaiah, which Isaiah, fantastic. I love the Isaiah chapters, but they're a little heavy. They're kind of hard to read because of symbolism from their time that's hard to relate to because we don't use sheep. We don't have problems with the Assyrians or the Chaldeans, stuff like that. But anyways, it's just a really good read. Otherwise, also, if you just want to know more about the church, it's good for understanding more. That's a good place to go. If you want to know if it's true or not, great place to go. But yeah, just see for yourself. If you haven't read it, read it. You can say you've read it. Yeah. Anyways, so Mormon put it together, and he died And I guess it was just called the Book of Mormon because he's kind of like the narrator at some points. He put in what was he felt was important by revelation from God, right? Okay. And so it's called the Book of Mormon. It was translated by the prophet Joseph Smith. There's more to that story that I could tell another time if you'd like me to, or you can just go to churchofjesuschrist.org, or you could ask missionaries or one of your member friends. Some people don't feel comfortable answering questions. That doesn't mean they don't know anything or that it's not true. It's just like, in high school when you're called on suddenly and you're like, oh my gosh, like, what do I say? Like, I hate when people like criticize people for that because it's scary to answer a question. That's a lot of pressure. Like, even if it's from your friend, you're like, oh my gosh, like, I don't want to give them the wrong information, like, and misrepresent, like, me, and so, like, and some people, they just don't study it very much. There's different levels of, like, study and devotion that people have, and that's their business, not yours. So don't criticize them if they're scared to answer, okay? Anyways, and so when the Book of Mormon was published and the church was established, there was a lot of persecution from people of different faiths, from people of different backgrounds. And they went as far as like murdering people, women, children, shooting them, like who were just trying to live their lives, that's another story. But, and part of that was that they needed, so that people felt more like, yeah, they are not like us. Because, people in general I don't think people in general are evil. I think that they have to create some image in their head that they're not like us, it's us versus them, and that we're not the same, we're different. Like they're an enemy, So part of that is giving them a different name. And so by not calling them Christian and not acknowledging that they're trying to worship Jesus Christ, even in a peaceful way, it kind of gets down to politics, but that's not important. Actually, it is important, but not right now, of why people were hurting them. Anyways, and so they would call them the Mormons. They're like, the Mormons have to be exterminated. It was the Mormon extermination order by Governor Boggs in Missouri. It was like, get rid of the Mormons, their neighbor Mormons, And so it was a really derogatory term. It wasn't, the people back then referred to each other as the saints, as like, because Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, at the time they called themselves saints, or members, and they didn't call themselves Mormons. And so that term was used to separate people so that they were more comfortable hurting them. The women, the children, little babies, innocent adults, elderly people, anyone who belonged or associated with them. In some cases. Some cases they just beat them, which honestly is terrible too. But it got really bad in Missouri. And actually when Joseph Smith was murdered, that was also a violent act because he was doing what he was supposed to. He was actually in prison because they said, fine, like, just put him in prison and we'll be fine, and hold him there for a few days and whatever. But then they stormed the prison, and it's actually very sad. He wasn't very old, and it left his family behind. Anyways, and yeah, so 1, you were asked to not refer to them as Mormons. 2, it's important to keep Jesus Christ in the name because that's where the focus should be. And 3, it was once used as a derogatory term, adopted as a nickname. They just kind of roll with the punches. In general, not everybody obviously, but in general, they're pretty good at taking a lot of crap from people. So, and then it was kind of like, yeah, I'm a Mormon. And then it was like, hey, wait, we need to, guys, like, let's focus on Jesus Christ. Remember, it's his church. He's the one we worship. We need to not take him out of our name. Like, not our name, but, you know, the name of the church. So, yeah, I hope that answered some questions for you. If you have more questions, of course, there's missionaries, there's the website, there's Saints the book. That's a really good read written by historians. You can send me messages asking questions. I don't know everything, but, you know. Did I say missionaries? Yeah, missionaries. And your member friends, if you have any. If you don't, you might and just not even know it. Some people are kind of private about it, or like it just doesn't come up, so they don't say anything. But yeah, I hope you are all enjoying quarantine to the best of your ability. I know I'm getting bored. I guess I moved, so that was kind of exciting. Yeah. Well, bye, folks.